So right off the bat, Frankenhooker. The opening scene is a guy, he's playing with a brain with one eye while there's a barbecue going on in the backyard. So right off the bat, it's like, well, this guy is crazy. Apparently it is his fiance's father's, so future father-in-law, it's his birthday. And for his birthday, they get him like this fancy mower, and he rigged it up with a remote control so he doesn't actually have to leave the house. And for some reason, the fiancée, Elizabeth, played by Patty Mullen, who is a former Penthouse pet, she's playing with the buttons, showing her dad how it works, while she's standing in front of the mower that have these gigantic, sharp blades. It's like, girl, you might be beautiful, but you're fucking stupid. And it, of course, just absolutely destroys her. And there's a news story afterwards where the reporter actually says that she looks like a tossed human salad. And then after that, we have Jeffrey, who is, was the husband to be. He's sitting in his room. In comes his mother, and his fiancée literally just died, just brutally killed. And the mom goes, "Oh, call the girl at the supermarket." And I'm sitting there, I'm like, Jesus Christ, can the man grieve, like, for a couple of days? But then he pretty much all but admits to his mother that he is turning into a sociopath because he has no feelings for anybody except for his dead fiancée, and he has no empathy, and blah, 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 blah. And her response is, "Want a sandwich?" Sitting there, I'm like, your son literally just admitted to you that he's probably on the verge of murdering somebody, and you just like, hey, have a sandwich. Maybe at that time that was the equivalent of, hey, have a Snickers, you're not yourself when you're hungry. And then the creepiness begins. Well, the creepiness already began with the brain and the one eye. Turns out he stole her head and a few other body parts, and he's having dinner with the head in the house where his mom is sleeping, probably a few doors down, and he's talking pretty loud. So it's like, how is his mom not hearing this weird-ass conversation? And he's pouring wine into the head, the mouth, and it's like leaking out of like the fucking neck, and it's so fucking disturbing but hysterical. And let's keep the weirdness going. To get ideas, Jeffrey, he takes a drill, and he drills into his own head to get ideas, and somehow there's absolutely zero blood. So it's like, well, you might actually be brainless, dude. But just the thought of drilling into your own head, essentially giving yourself a version of a lobotomy, like, what the fuck? So Jeffrey's grand idea is to bring his fiancée Elizabeth back to life, Frankenstein style, hence Frankenhooker. But you're probably like, wait a minute, where's the hooker come in? Well, he has a party with like 10 hookers. Woo, boy. He creates super crack, and that's actually his words, super crack. They smoke it, even though he tells them not to, and they all explode. Like, they literally all explode in the room. Their body parts are everywhere. It's like, oh my god. He brings them back to the garage, all the body parts. And at one point he takes like a fucking napkin or whatever, a sheet, off of one pile. It's literally just a pile of boobs. This movie is fucked, man. And of course everything goes horribly wrong. And for some reason, even though this Frankenhooker has the brain of Elizabeth, just the parts of different hookers, but has Elizabeth's brain, she has all of the memories of all the hookers that he sewed to her. Well, he welded to her, but then when we see her, she's clearly been stitched. So it's like, what the fuck? But she has all these memories, and she's saying exact lines from the party with the hookers. It's like, how do you know this? This isn't, you don't have their brains. And of course she thinks she's a hooker. Well, 10 hookers. And she fucks one guy, and other guys like kiss her or touch her, and they explode. They fucking explode. It's insanity. It's pure insanity. And the ending I cannot even explain. Like, you gotta watch it. It's on Tubi. Tubi. It's so, the ending has to be seen to be believed. I cannot even properly describe the ending. So the acting for Frankenhooker, it's not great. It's not terrible, but it's not good at all. It's very exploitive of women, specifically the hookers. because, of course, their fucking boobs are everywhere, and there's close-ups of their asses, and it's very much, like, it's not a trauma film, but it was the Trauma Presents film, so it's sort of a trauma film, but it's very trauma, but it's still very, like, it's kind of fucked up. But one thing Frankenhooker has going for it is that it is absolutely hysterical. It's funny, like practically beginning to end. I don't know if it's supposed to be, but it is. I give Frankenhooker 3 shits. Did you enjoy the review? Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to see a new Craptacular Horror review every week. Feel free to leave a comment to discuss your thoughts on the movie, or if you have a film you'd like to see reviewed in the future. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.